All right, what's up, you guys? Welcome back, everybody. This is Janos with Trading Spies, and we had another green day, another beautiful day for the account. We had the opportunity for the breakout, right? We're reaching the 4300 major level, and second time it happened on Monday, it happened today, a major rejection, right? And if you guys, and I'm sure you guys trading in the past few months, and exactly this is what tends to happening every single time when we're reaching a major level, and that can be supply or resistance level, doesn't matter, exactly the same thing happening. And by now you guys has to realize you cannot trade straight breakdowns or breakouts, because we can consider we trading in the channel, right? We reach a level, and just that's how we need to trade. Assume it's gonna get rejected, and exactly that's what happened. But let's not forget, it's still a very, very bullish setup what we have. It's just we have to be careful how we're trading. The proper way to trade the long side, we have to wait for the actual breakout to happen. We need the pullback for that level, and then if that level holds, then we can enter to the long side. Because if you just pull a fast one either today or Monday, that's a rude awakening for your account, and especially if you don't have a stop loss, and you drink your opium and you just waiting for the magic happen. Well, it didn't. So again, it's a beautiful day for the account, one and done. And let's get in. Let me show you guys what and how I traded. And if you guys like the content of this channel, please hit the subscribe and like button, turn your notification on, and all this helps the videos to get pushed front of inspiring traders. Thank you very much. Alright, so let's start to do our recap here. Well, today was the second day when we rejected the 4300 level on SPX, right? It happened on Monday twice, basically. First rejection, the second one was a big rejection, and today in an exactly same level, a big rejection. So today we just had to go on the short side, right? We had to assume this is what's gonna happen, and yes, it did. So basically today was a perfect day, one and done. I waited for the perfect entry. I had to hold it for a little bit longer than I would like to, but today the holding gave its reward. And we see we have the downtrend yet is, and especially from after 11 o'clock, it wasn't that easy, because all this movement, you see, 60, 70 cents moves, that on the contract pricing, it's about a 40-50% whips, right? And these are happening just in a few candles, right? 3 candles up, 2 major down, 3 candles up, 3 major down. So if you don't have, and even in this case, you just have to feel the flow of the market. Because if you have your stop loss and it's too tight, even you have the right idea to enter, you just get whipped out. And it would happen numerous times throughout the day, right? So let's get in. Let's see the entries. My first entry was at 11:11. Let's find exactly which candle is it. 11:11. Right? We have our breakdown. We created a low. We pulled back to basically a level which once we used it as a supply because we bounced back on it, and then rejection. Next, we couldn't get any closer. We dropped, we came back up to the exact same level, we rejected, and then basically that was my entry. As we rejected, first candle make a new low, that was my entry. From there, unfortunately, we were bouncing around a little, and this trend line at that time is not there. So let me remove it, and this one neither. So let me remove these two trend lines. So this was my first entry, and as we can see, we have our major level. Let me go to the 5 minutes because this is gonna be important for the rest of my trade, the reasoning behind my trade and the continuation. So as we can see, the 428.20-ish level right here, we rejected yesterday 3 times, right? 1, 2, as we came up, 3 times. Usually the last 10 minutes of the market, I don't count because 1250, you know, a lot of platforms, they automatically liquidating shares, so it's always creating a very high value nonsense moves. So this really for me doesn't matter the last 10 minutes on the market, what is the price action for that. So we rejected 1, 2, 3 times. Today, as we came down, let me go back to the 1 minute, right? We came down, and that was our first support level, right? So basically, we bounced back, and very, very hard, we rejected that level. So this originally the idea for my stop, even a little bit wider, what I usually like, but because it's so many rejection happened, and for me the price action for today, this level I give for my trade. Again, a little bit wider what I usually like, but this is what the market give. So we have to take as we're reading the chart. So unfortunately, my trade originally start to move to my favor. This was my first entry, and I was convinced it's gonna go lower. You see, at this point, we don't know what's gonna happen, right? We don't know what's gonna happen next. I entered, it dumped, and as we went, the time passed, and what I just told you guys, huge candles, huge candle VIPs. If you remember, for days and days we were trading within a half a point to a point for hours. Now one single candles or 40, 50, a half a point, one single 1 minute candles, right? So this is just how it happened today. So originally moved in my favor, bounced back, we rejected that level, and again, because I was convinced it's gonna go, I added one more time to it at 15. As we came back to the level, and this level over here is the 4280 level on SPX. So as we came up, we started to move down. 15, 14, 15. The 15 is the green candle. As soon as it started to print red, I entered. And then from that point, if we move forward, it moved very, very nicely to my direction. This one is about, from my entry, it's a 40, almost a half a point move, which is a nice move. It was about 25% 25-30% if I recall. I didn't sell, and this is what happened. We started to move back. And this is, the market is just closed. And this is when you have to believe your ideas and your plan until it got broken. So in this case, I was upside down about 30%. So again, it was much bigger losing than I would like it, but we didn't break my original idea. So as we came up, we rejected the 428 20 level. I added one more time at 34. 34. Let's see which candle is exactly that. 33, 34. The second rejection candle, I entered. And then from that point, I was just holding for the breakdown. And in this time already, we can put the trend line, what I had originally up when I started. So we can see it over here. We can, we can go for the most touches. Over here we're touching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times before we break down. So the exit, when I started to exit, some of my position, it was 1152. And which candle is that? Surprisingly, as always, you guys know my trades by now, as we breaking the previous low, right? Unfortunately, some of you guys, this is where you enter into the trade, where a lot of, I wouldn't say myself as a professional trader, but a lot of people, a lot of traders who knows what you're supposed to do, that's where you enter. So you're just not chasing the actual breakdowns or actual breakouts, because most of the times in the 2-day market environment is not going to work out. So this was the first batch of exits, and then we can see over here, right, we have we built a very, very nice first support, and then as we break it down, we have to put it as a resistance, right? We have to wait for the retest. So basically what happened is I exited less than half. I had 26 contracts. I bought them at 85 average because we averaged down 3 times, and well, added 2 times. Usually this I'm not adding the second time, but again, I give more room to myself because of the previous day's levels. So as we broke down, we broke our trend line, we came back one more time, and then we dumped very heavy volume. And as we broke the low, I exited about half, throughout about half, very nice prices. I exited at 131, 134, 131, and these are with 3 contracts per exit. So very nice exits with an 85 average. We can count 50 cents per contract, right? So that's mean $50 per contract profit. So as we pulled back up, again, I was waiting for the retest. If it's holding, it did hold, and from that point, my last exits was 56, 58, 59. $56, oh, let's put the arrow, I'm sorry. Let's put this is 56 as we were breaking down, and the big candle 56, 57, 58 as we started to come back. The next candle didn't break, it dumped below, and that was my best exit on the very bottom of the week. Perfect at 138. 85 average, and the exits, all of the exits between 131 and 138. Beautiful trades. And this trade over here, it's about $1,000 with about a $2,000 entry. So it's about a 50%, 45-50% trade. Beautiful trade, one and done, no more reason to continue. And then really after this breakdown, as we started to go back, we can see how choppy everything got. Whips up, whips down, up, and this is where it started to get really choppy. Down 3 candles, huge candle up covering the past 10 minutes. Then 2 candles down covering everything back down. So it's very difficult to trade in this environment, right? And then basically we can put our trend line right here, right? We broke our trend line, and then basically we found we would never be able to go above the original level what we put in. As we can see, right, we tried to retest it one time, we get rejected. Well, we did once, this rejection, 2 rejection, 3 rejection, 4 rejection. So in the future we can use this level to see how it will interact if the next few days we got back to that level. Right now we're reaching the low point, right? Very close to the low point of our breakout. So if we're gonna break down from here, we have to wait for the break, retest, and then we can enter for the short if that's what we try to do. But we have to be very careful, because right now this is still a very bullish setup. Even we try to push the market down, is still a lot of buyers, a lot of we're just holding this level. So we have to be careful, because even if we break the level, we had a big gap up over here from 22 to 24. So even if we break this down, this level, we have to see exactly what was it. But I think the 425 level, the original breakout level, it can be our next major support level. So we have to be careful. It's not much room over there, but we can trade, we can be quick, we can make money. just be careful. And if you guys again like the contents of the video, please hit the subscribe and the like button, turn your notification on, and even if you don't trade, have screen time so you can recognize the patterns, what you need to trade, recognize the levels where we're trading, what we are within, so you can make the best educated guess for your trade. And of course you have to put your stop loss, you have to have your money management, and from there you can grow your account. All right, so let's finish it up. Thank you guys for tuning in, and see you guys tomorrow.